Hey guys, how are you all? Wow, you are all here so early before me even. Um, uh, yeah, you have to go pick up the missus, Ian. You can't like say, honey, sorry I didn't pick you up because I was watching YouTube. I don't think that's gonna fly very far with her. I'm adjusting my picture, and so hopefully that's better. Hi Kathy. Hi Eve. All right, so my desk is a disaster, can you tell? I got some Happy Mail and stuff in, and honestly, I've just been like piling stuff on my table for about 24 hours or so. I'm working on a secret project with Mr. Mike Deacon from the UK, my dear friend Mike, and he is giving me a little computer tutorial with regards to said thing that we're working on, which I don't want to spill the beans too much. But cross your fingers. If it comes out well, then you guys will be some of the first to know. If you're noticing a little bit of improvement in the picture quality today, not only is my upload speed like fabulous this morning. I don't know why, because you know it's rainy and flooding everywhere, but maybe that's why, because nobody in San Jose is on except me. Um, I also upgraded my webcam recently to another Logitech webcam. It is the C930E, which is slightly better than the 920. They're both HD webcams, 1080p. This particular one has a Zeiss lens, so really good quality webcam, nice clear picture. Good morning, everybody. Gail, Muriel, Mary, good morning. So we are going to work on this week's Eiffel Tower picture. I'm constantly like one photo behind with Ian's weekly art challenges over in my year 2017 Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group yet and you'd like to be, the link should be in the description of this video. And it's just a group strictly about journaling about your year. And it's not about anything else. Just working on your my year journal. Yeah, so it's the Pro one. The 920 is nice and it works decently well most of the time. It is only about $50–$60 depending on where you buy it, but the 930 is better. It's clearer, it's sharper, as you can see. If we could do a side by side, which I don't know how to do that, but you guys would tell. If you Google Logitech 920 versus 930, there is a really good video out. He shows actually side by side video of what it looks like. So we are going to do some watercolor. We're going to do this Eiffel Tower picture, and I do have my journal. First, we have to clean off the desk. I got some Happy Mail from Miss Cindy that I haven't put away yet. So Miss Cindy Utter, if you don't know who I mean. So I've got to put that away today. It actually came quite a few days ago. I haven't put it away yet. And I went shopping with my husband this weekend. He needed shoes, and of course I found stuff I needed to have. So, you know, I've got this bag here I want to do something with. This is our dyeing pom-pom trim experiment, and it came out more muted than I was thinking it would, but I really love the colors and can't wait to use it in some mixed media applications. Maybe on this flag that I have here. I have a Canvas Corp Canvas flag banner thing here that they sent me in my design team box. I have to do something with it. And I actually had this bar from another old banner that I used to have. Actually, it was the sign for my old daycare business, and the little finials on the end screw off And it has the two little eye hooks to hang this from, like a piece of wood. And I'm thinking maybe it's about time for me to use it and create something new to hang on here. And then screw the screw eyes into a piece of wood or a stick or an old paintbrush or something. So I'm working on that. I'm not exactly, I haven't fleshed it out completely yet, but it's going to be coming. This is a stamp I just carved for Cindy Utter's monthly challenge, and what it looks like, which I don't know right now if the video is up or not, but if it's not, it will be soon. This is a little, I think I showed this to you last time. It's a little luggage tag thing that I need to make a journal out of that my husband gave me. And some stuff that has to go into my year journal that's piled up here. So I'm telling you, I just have been piling stuff on the desk. I can't get to anything. I found this belt in my closet. I went to go look for something and it's broken. And actually one of these things is broken. So I'm thinking, I was going to just throw it away, but I thought, could do something with that. So it's, in the art room. And then I took Mike Deacon's idea of creating Journal 52 prompt cards, and I took week 7 and I made a card. So I have to make and laminate that. That's actually in a video that went live last night, which I also shared my Creative Jolt cards that I just came out with in my Etsy shop. Links in the description. And when I was getting ready for that video, I realized there was a week 7 for Journal 52, so I made a card. I used his idea to make a card. All right, got some neon paint. Neons! All right. So am I the only one on the planet that thinks it would be so cool to have a watercolor palette pan set of just neon watercolors? I have some bright watercolors and all, very bright colors, but I don't have neons. Neons would be so cool. I don't think anybody makes them. Hi, Irene. Hi, Wanda. Yes, I love amps. So these are PBO and Amsterdam. And, neither one of these are expensive paints. I started out using Amsterdam paints. They're really inexpensive. I have a store near me that always has a 40% off coupon once a week. And I would go in and get 1 tube of paint, 40% off. It's a really good brand, decently pigmented. And I like these. These are acrylic paints, so we may bring these into play today, which is why I dragged them out. Hey, Yasna, how are you? I'm just looking at the comments. Eve, if neon watercolors exist, somebody find the link. I got the bug in my brain this morning when I was digging out the watercolor, the acrylic neons, and I can't find anything. So I'm looking for, a little small pen set or the individual tubes or pans of neon watercolors. Neon would be so cool. I've got some bright watercolor paints that are fabulous, but just to have some neons would be so cool. And the bug is in my brain now. Before we do any painting, we're gonna do the watercolor palette giveaway. So the giveaway for this ended yesterday, and I got the names. I've already pulled them, and I've already attached your name to your watercolor palette. So if you're here and you're watching, or if you're watching the recording of today's live broadcast, then I want you to go to the video description, find my email address, it's in the description, and email me your mailing address, okay? Your snail mail mailing address. Okay, first one, Eve, you won, Eve Bolt. Eve, you can email me. When you email me your address, Eve, email me the link for the neon watercolors, because that would be cool. I am looking for them. And Ian, you're right. So I'm on the hunt for them, or I'm going to be making them with some neon pigment powders. So I'm on the hunt. All right, ready? Next one, Amy. Amy Shoker. Amy, you won. Gwen, and I'm going to guess, Gwen, that your last name is Luttrell. So Gwen G. Luttrell 47 at Comcast. That's you. Gwen, you won. And Barbara Sturgeon. Barbara, you won. So all four of you send me your snail mail mailing address, and I will get these out to you, probably with a few other extra goodies in the envelope. Mary, again, Mary, anybody who sees anything on neon watercolors, whether it's a product I can purchase or a DIY video, you guys send me the links. Email me the links or private message me the links if we're friends on Facebook. Because now I've got the bug in my brain and now I just can't let it go. All right, so I'm going to grab just a random kind of bluish colored Derwent color pencil. And yay, congratulations for sure to everyone who won. I've got my morning tea, or Ash, it's afternoon tea. Does everybody have their coffee or tea? Are you all ready? Okay. Hey, Gerda. All right, so we're going to work on, again, this Eiffel Tower inspiration photo from our My Year 2017 Facebook group. And I am going to kind of show you how I would do it if I was actually on vacation somewhere, like in Paris, and working in my journal, which is about this size. Let's see. Okay. Just rearranging everything so it gets on camera. All right. So the first thing I would do would be to sketch it. Yeah, yeah, Mary, post a link, because I think that a neon watercolor, I think there's a lot of us who would be, like I said, I got the bee in my brain and now it's just not going away. So when I am doing one of these, well, when I'm doing any painting, I'm not trying to exactly draw the photo. But especially when I'm on vacation, I don't want to spend so much time working in my journal that, I'm not spending time with my family. Enjoying the vacation. So what I'm doing is I'm just sketching out the basic shapes that I see. I'm not going to add tons of detail in. And as you all know, if I don't get the lines exactly right, it's not going to, bug the crud out of me. You could, of course, print your photo to be the same size as your book and then use carbon paper to transfer the image to your book. Of course, you could do that. So I'm just looking at the basic shapes that I see. I'm just tracing the basic shapes. And I'm really kind of doing it like this much of it. And, you know, it might turn out like poop. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll catch up on the comments in just a minute. I see things scrolling by. Oops. I'm going to get rid of that one because it's in my way. So I'm going to just sketch in the basic pieces. Let's see. The basic shapes. Dogs barking because, you know, there's kids outside, it sounds like. Of course, why there's kids outside on a school day, I have no idea because we're not in an area that's got any flooding. So I'm on the outskirts just in case. I've been messaging with people this morning that are all concerned about flooding. I'm on the outskirts, and yeah, we're good here. All right, now I'm going to get out my Pilot Varsity pen. All right, let's see. Okay, see you later, Ian. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for about the Jolt cards. I got the idea from Mike Deacon when I saw what he did with the Journal 52 Jolts, and they do say over in Journal 52 that you can download the Jolts and the photos for personal use only. And that was such a good idea that I started making my own Journal 52 cards, and then thought, wait a minute, we should do the Creative Jolts. And yes, you can get the Jolts for free in my Facebook group. But if you want them all formatted on the computer so that they're in a file that you can just cut out, then you can buy the file on my Etsy store. They just opened 101. Yeah, 101's been closed. Not actually sure how my husband made it to work this morning. So before I do anything, we are going to use those neons. I'm going to grab a paintbrush here from my tray next to me where I just cleaned a bunch of brushes. I don't know if I cleaned them super well, but I don't know. I'm going to grab my favorite neon orange, which is funny. That's my favorite because I'm not a big orange fan. So paint blob, hold on. Doesn't want to come off. There we go. Got it. All right. I'm going to just grab a little bit of it right out of the tube. Neons are a great way to suggest light in your painting. I'm going to grab some water. Where's my rag? Need my rag. I'm going to just take my clean brush with just some water on it, and I'm going to move that neon paint around. Now, the pencil, that's a regular color pencil, Derwent. It's not a water soluble pencil, so it's really not going to go anywhere. And the inspiration photo, if you can see, is pretty cloudy photo. There is not a lot of sun in that photo. So I took liberties with the photo, and the parts where it seems like even on a cloudy day the sun is hitting the Eiffel Tower are where I put the neon paint. And remember, you know, yes, we love to play with watercolors, but we're mixed media artists. So, you know, don't be afraid to mix your mediums up. If you're away from home and you want to do something like this, I do this with my Bible gel highlighter crayons or some Neocolor 2 crayons. Because I don't carry acrylic paint with me when I'm out of town. It's too messy. Neon watercolors. I really want some neon watercolors. Okay. So now we're going to, I want to dry this a little bit. So let's do that. Not because the paint is going to go anywhere, but because the paper is really wet. Hi, Jerry. I missed your live Facebook broadcast this morning. I was on at the gym. Okay. So now I'm going to take my Pilot Varsity disposable fountain pen. And now I will tell you, I'm barely touching my pen to the paper, and I'm not expecting to get perfect lines. In fact, I kind of don't want perfect lines. I want it to look like a quick, you know, a quick sketch. Something you did when you were out traveling. You're suggesting the shape. I don't think even if I screw it up, people are going to miss that this is the Eiffel Tower. And I like the messy look of all the lines on my paper. I'm not one of these people who likes, you know, perfectly blended paintings. There's a time and a place for that. And if that's what you love, then this kind of painting is not for you. Just FYI. All right, now we need a watercolor brush. And a palette to use. I have so many now to choose from. Let's see. Let's try. You guys got any suggestions? What paints you'd like to try? Have me try? Maybe I should try something simple. Have I unwrapped this one yet? Nope. I'm tempted to dip my brush in my tea. That would be bad. How about these? Let's see. This will work. These are the Mission Gold watercolors. I like these watercolors. They're really great. Let's get them wet. I have just a simple 12 color palette, basic palette. This is one that this is the kind that I would take on vacation. Like, especially if you're not sure about what colors you're going to need. This is a good basic palette you can mix a lot of stuff with. So a great Jerry, the one we're using today is the Logitech C930E, which is a little bit better than the 920. It's more of a pro webcam, and it has a nice Zeiss lens, but it's about $99. The 920 is cheaper. All right, so now let's see where we're gonna go. I'm gonna start with some Prussian blue. I really need a plate. Let's start with some Prussian blue, which is going to be a nice sort of a cool color. Now this page has had, you know, the acrylic paint on it. It's kind of been schmutzed up from the other paintings that we've done. So there are going to be some patches in the paper that don't take the paint super well, but that's okay. We're going to be okay with that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. So I just recently got this new camera, Jerry. I of course just ordered mine from Amazon because nobody around me had it in stock. And so far so good. I was pretty impressed with um, what I thought the picture quality was going to be, and I was right. So I didn't sketch the underneath of the Eiffel Tower, but I'm going to suggest it with our paint. Yeah, so the 920 is nice and all, but this one is better. And but not neither one of them have a fabulous microphone, so I would suggest one of the Yeti microphones or another microphone. I have a Yeti, the Snowball. And yes, I'll be honest about the fact that I bought it because I mean, who doesn't want a microphone that's called a Snowball? Honestly. So I'm just, I'm adding we're working with our shadows now. We're not, the highlights are in there. And that neon acrylic is going to show through the watercolor paint. You can see right here how much it shows through. The Pilot Varsity pen will blend with the watercolor and give us some darker tones. I'm going to use our cool colors, our shadow colors, to suggest the shapes of the Eiffel Tower. Just one little section at a time, putting down some of our Prussian blue, adding some water, suggesting some of the shapes with our brown paint. And working my way up. You don't have to be Rembrandt to enjoy the process of creating something on your page with paint to commemorate a special photo, your vacation, whatever. Yeah, I thought I'd give it a whack. I've never been to Paris. It's on the bucket list. Someday. I'm not using a ton of colors yet, you know, just basic colors, nothing special. Not even any special techniques. All right, so we're gonna introduce some purple, which is another shadow color. And you know, that's the other thing I'm always harping on you guys about is just because your inspiration photo is a certain color doesn't mean you have to use those colors in your painting. So this purple is pretty bright and vibrant, so I can always go back and add more. So I'm going to start with just a little bit and see where that gets me. Yeah, to see the Eiffel Tower when it's lit up would be so cool, Lisa. I agree with you. Yeah, I've seen the Vegas version. The Vegas version is pretty cool. We also have it's not an Eiffel Tower, but it's an old um like power tower thing here in San Jose at the Historical Museum that sort of resembles a mini Eiffel Tower. That's pretty cool. Now the acrylic paint is going to resist the watercolor. So that's why it's going to constantly show through our painting. Yes, like your pink elephant. Like, you know, just because you're doing, you know, whether you're actually on vacation or you're working from one of these inspiration photos, you know, this one's black and white. You don't have, your painting doesn't have to be black and white. And always, you know, always start out with just a little bit of paint. You can always go back and add more. One of the things I love about watercolor is that, you know, they're for the most part so translucent. You can see all the different colors and marks underneath as you're adding layers of paint. I love that. Let's see. And I'm just using a filbert. This isn't a fancy brush either. This is a Grumbacher Academy Gold filbert number 4. A filbert is a flat brush with a rounded tip. One of my favorite paintbrushes, whether I'm painting in watercolor or acrylic. I like this little painting. It's turning out cute. It's not too poopy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the palette of colors or this plate. This is just a plate from the dollar store. I almost went to go drink my watercolor water. Okay, wait, tea break. This palette of paints is a basic 12 color set from Mission Gold Watercolors, and they have really nice, bright, vibrant colors. This 12 color set is a nice one because it includes a purple, and I could live without a lot of other colors in my repertoire of colors, but purple is not one of them because I really use kind of a lot of purple as a shadow color, and I detest mixing purple. I know, right? That would be bad. Especially since that has ox gall liquid in it. I don't know. I don't think that's probably something I should be drinking. Okay, we're going to take some ultramarine blue. Thank you, Muriel. I'm going to add some water to it. And some water. And then I'm going to, I just want a wash of color in the background. I don't want too much color. So one way to get just a wash of color, put down just a little bit of paint, put a whole bunch of water, have a rag handy, and that way you can get just a light wash of color in the background. Now I'm also going to take my brush wet, and I'm going to, I don't know, we'll see if we can lift some color, and if you guys are even going to be able to see. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. It is lifting it to give the suggestion of clouds, but honestly, it's so subtle. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it on camera. I'll try zooming in and we'll see, but I don't know. And it's not lifting off all of it. It's just lifting some of it. So the one thing you should know about some of these paints is they stain very readily, and some of the pigments stain faster than others do, which is why I'm always telling you guys that you have to start lighter and work your way darker. I do want to, let's see. Do I have any white paint? I don't even know if I have white paint. Holy cow. How is it out that I'm out of white paint? How is that possible? This will work. This is a chalky finish paint, but it'll work. I can't get it open. Nope, that won't work. Only works if you can get it open. Yes, I have all kinds of tubes of paint. You guys didn't expect any different, did you? This only happens when I'm on camera and I decide I want something that I can't find. Okay, that's not true. It happens all the time. I know I have Chinese white in here somewhere. I don't use it that much. It's not in there. I think there might be some in the Daniel Smith palette. Let's grab that. It might be easier than looking at the tubes of paint. Or the Van, I wonder if there's some in the Van Gogh palette. Let's look. Yes, there is. Yay! Let's put some water in it. Chinese white's generally an opaque watercolor, and it's good for mixing. I just want to give sort of a suggestion here of some clouds, some sort of fogginess to the background. Again, this is pretty subtle, and I don't think you guys are going to even be able to notice it on camera. But I know it's there. And I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm just doing swirly cloud shapes. That's pretty good. I like that. I think we're going to leave it alone because this is a really good little painting. What do you all think? Just whack it harder. I know, right? No. Did you all see Anne's art tip in the Facebook groups this morning about Vaseline? This needs some Vaseline. I'm not going to whack it too hard on camera. It's going to make too much noise. And I don't have the upper body strength I used to have since shoulder surgery. I do keep so a little creative. I do keep my paint brands separate. These are actually my refill tubes. And this is not all of them. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do that. That's kind of bragging, and that's not the point. And I am a watercolor addict and collector, so I have a lot of them, but I do keep them separate. And that way, when I want to refill a specific palette, I can just grab that bag of paint to refill that palette. I'm going to go back to, I missed some comments here. Oh, thank you so much, Muriel, for saying you like the Eiffel Tower. Having a room of Eiffel Towers. Well, and I collect a few things, and all I can say is it drives my husband crazy too. So this is done in a journal, Anne, and I'll private message you about the question you asked me after the broadcast. This is in a little mini moleskin, not mini. This is in a little moleskin watercolor journal, and I like this paper okay. I will say that if you look at the drying pages, the dry pages, it does warp quite a bit as it's drying. Which I don't necessarily mind. I would like for them to stay flatter, but it doesn't. This one doesn't pill. And I have to say, and I've painted on both the front and back sides, no pilling. So for that, I really do love this. I got some Pentalic journals for Christmas, and they are blue covered. This one. And they're a little more expensive than the moleskins, but the paper is supposed to stay nice and flat. So I'm anxious to try them. I actually haven't tried it yet. This is a little square one, which will be fun. But the moleskin, I have a Strathmore watercolor journal too, and I actually also like that one. But it does you can't scrub at the page too much. It will start to pill at some point. And that's actually my actual travel journal. I prefer the moleskin of the two of those. Yeah, and I need to get some of those silicone jar opener things. I need to get one to keep in here to open things like this. Everything's labeled. I can't stand it when it's chaotic. Right now, it's not that, you guys would say it's not that messy, but it's driving me crazy. Wanda, I'm not sure what I said that, I'm not sure what I said that you're talking about. Jerry's live show. Yeah, Jerry had if that's what you're talking about, Wanda, Jerry had a live show on Facebook this morning, and I missed it. And Anne posted her art tip this morning, which I also missed. Love the Robax palette, but I never use them, so I'll be honest. They got passed along to somebody who will better use them. It's too big for my little art room. If I had a bigger art room with a bigger table, then the Robax palette would be great because it's nice and you can, really keep all your palettes, your paints in one place. For me, for my art space, that's not how I work, and it doesn't work in my room. But if you have the space for them, I would definitely look into buying them. And if you love watercolor paint and you're a collector, just break down and buy the big one. Yeah, I need to perfect my whacking technique with my jars. Let's see. I have the same issue, Lisa. I love trying the different brands, even if I have a bunch of palettes that have the same 12 colors in them. I just love, there's something about trying the different brands, and they all react to water and paint a little bit differently. And that's a lot of fun. So the Strathmore is hard to pill on the Strathmore journal, but if you scrub at it enough, any paper will pill. It does react. I prefer the way the moleskin paper reacts to water over the Strathmore, but I have both, and if you picked one over the other, whatever one you picked, you wouldn't be going wrong. The Pentalic I haven't used yet, so I can't give you an opinion on that one. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, so I'm not sure what Rhonda's referring to, but Wanda, if you're referring to Anne's posting, it was just a post across all groups. We now have an art tips page in all the groups, including my year 2017, where we'll be posting periodic, if not weekly, art tips for you all, like the Vaseline tip. Right? There are some worse things to collect. For me, it is watercolor paint. I'll admit that. Oh, I just got it. I guess I whacked it enough. I better put Vaseline on that before I screw it down too tight. So this was a fun little painting. I am trying to remember this year. One of my goals is to try to remember to sign and or date my paintings because I'm very bad about remembering that. And if I was doing an actual painting like this while I was on vacation, what I would do is I would probably do some journaling in and around the Eiffel Tower or in the background where the sky is, either with just the name of the place, in case you didn't know, Paris, France, Eiffel Tower, or some journaling about my trip. And my actual travel journal actually has real basic. I think I've just put the names of the places. Let's see. I can get it out quick. Maybe I can. So here's the Strathmore one, and these are both the same size. Journal. They're both the same size journal. About the Strathmore is a little bit bigger. The moleskin, I don't even know if it says anywhere. I do like this size. This is like 5 by 8, 5.5 by 8, something like that. And this Strathmore one, this is my actual travel journal. This is a Strathmore 467-5. This is 400 series watercolor paper, which is their really good watercolor paper. So if you're going to use Strathmore paper, which I don't have a problem with, then this is a good one. And I'll address all those text messages in a minute. And I showed this last week. So what I do in the front is I put all my like luggage stickers and stuff like that in the cover. And then these are actual paintings I've done while I've been on vacation. Similar like to the Eiffel Tower one. So Lisa, about your ATC card question, there's no rule. The only rule for ATC card is that it be 2.5 by 3.5. That's the only rule. Otherwise, anything goes. You're welcome, Wanda. Yeah, sometimes there is a theme, Lisa, on ATC cards. If you do a particular swap with people, you know, like maybe they're doing Wizard of Oz themed ATC cards or something. But otherwise, 2.5 by 3.5. You can use a playing card. Yep, that's a good base. So I just do basic, you know, like basic journaling, like Salmonberry Blossom, Ketchikan, Alaska. Desert Blooms, Red Rock Canyon, Nevada. Eldred Rock Lighthouse, Skagway, Alaska. Kayaking Lake Tahoe, State Line, Nevada, which was really hard on my shoulders, but it was fun. So basic journaling, but these are just quick little paintings that you do, that I've done while I've been on vacation. And I love these kind of little, small, quick paintings. They're a lot of fun. You can do them anywhere, and you can do them as detailed as you want or not. You know, if you've seen any of Maridel Abrams' videos where she's out doing art when she's out and about her local area, she gets pretty detailed, and she does some great watercolors and mixed media little paintings, and they're wonderful. And I do encourage you all to take, you know, your supplies with you. I rarely go anywhere without at least a paper and a pen. Yeah, just make sure the playing card's 2.5 by 3.5. I've also, and those of you who are sports fans out there will groan, and I'll get in trouble if some men in my life find out, but sports trading cards are the right size and they make a good base. I don't know if that's paint or I cut myself. Let's find out. Does anybody have any questions? So I just wanted to do this quick little painting today, and oh, I cut myself. Yeah, so Lisa, they make a really good base. And if you have something like that and you want a watercolor on it, just make sure, and maybe you have this paper here and you want to, you've put acrylic paint on it, and then you want a watercolor on top of it, but you're not sure how the paint is going to, or the paint is going to take the watercolor. You want to cover the whole thing with a clear absorbent ground, or Daniel Smith has a clear watercolor ground, and then let that dry and cure for the recommended period of time, which is, I think, 24 to 48 hours. And then you can watercolor over it, and the whole thing will take the paint the same way. So you can have a collaged painted mixed media background, give it a coat of Daniel Smith's clear watercolor ground, let it cure, and then watercolor over it, and have all of that yummy goodness show through, but also have a really nice absorbent base to hold your watercolor paint. So it's not going to bead up and pill in all the places where you have your acrylic mediums and your acrylic paint. So there's a little tip. I generally don't do that. I do it every now and then. I shouldn't say that. But when I'm working with these, if I just have a little bit of the acrylic paint on there or the watercolor pencil and it doesn't take the paint, I'm okay with that. I love the sketchy, abstracted look of this kind of painting. And you may not like this, but I recommend trying it. And if you decide that your painting is getting too tight and you're just trying too hard and it's too, you know, you can tell by the composition it's too stressful, there's a couple of exercises you can do, like switch to your non-dominant hand, do some painting play with your eyes closed, set a timer so you only have 5 minutes, so you don't have time to think about, your painting getting too tight and analyzing what you're doing too much. Do some of those exercises. They'll help loosen you up a lot. I do too. All right. So that's it for today. Just something really quick and easy. And, art doesn't have to be hard, but it should definitely be fun. So if it's anything else, if it's anything else, then you're doing something wrong and you need to PM one of us for advice. Because it should be fun. And if you want it to, and I did cut myself, I'm bleeding now. I take baby aspirin, so it's going to take a while to stop bleeding. No worries, Patricia. And, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you guys can. If you want to join any of the Facebook groups or support my channel by shopping in the Etsy shop, all those links should be in the description below. If they're not, you can comment here. You can certainly comment or tag me in a comment over on Facebook. And Jolt card download is out today. I'm going to be working on trying to get them made into an actual deck of cards if sales are good enough, and you guys all seem to like it. And I'm working on a special secret project with Mike Deacon, so cross your fingers. And that's it. Other than go out and have a great day and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. I know I have to go get a Band-Aid because it's, I take a baby aspirin, so it's not going to stop bleeding anytime soon. I can just keep picking at it. All right. If you're one of the watercolor color wheel winners, then don't forget to private message or email me, Barbara Sturgeon, Gwen Luttrell, Amy Shoker, and Eve Bolt. All right. And if you have any hints or tips on neon watercolor paints, I have lots of neon acrylic paints. I'm really looking for something in watercolor. I think that would be fun. Oh, that would be great, Muriel. Mary, post a picture. I would love that. Any of you who have done one of these little paintings while we're here, definitely post a picture. All right. That's it, everybody. Have a great day. I am going to try and clean my office and finish my tea. All right. I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.